There is tremendous frustration here, Brooke. I actually just spoke to a young man that I've been keeping track of since we got here, who says that some of his friends have actually been sleeping in a tent on a pickup truck in the parking garage since shortly after the storm, trying to come into the airport every single day to find out when they would be able to get off the island. He actually just told me that apparently American Airlines lost his information, so he is essentially stranded here like so many others. Since Hurricane Maria swept through Puerto Rico about a week ago, thousands of people have come to the airport. It's become a de facto shelter for many who were either here on vacation or those who simply don't have anywhere else to go. Their homes are no longer there. I actually spoke to one young man from Great Britain who was vacationing here, who said that initially he had gone to a sanctioned shelter and that he was forced to sleep outside because there was no AC. He told me at one point that he feared for his life because people around him were being robbed of the MREs, of the emergency food kits that they had been handed, and he was terrified. He got very emotional talking about reconnecting with his family. Fortunately, he has been able to get a plane ticket and get confirmed, because what you find is, again and again, with so many flights canceled and so many people showing up to the airport, the airlines have sold tickets that are now unable to be confirmed. On a typical day at this airport, you have 120 commercial flights. They're now down to 18, yet the CEO of the airport tells me that that is a success, because just a few days ago they were down to 9. Yesterday they had 10. Today they're up again to 18, but as you mentioned, the air conditioning isn't working. Something as simple as printing a boarding pass is impossible. Not to mention the amount of energy that it takes to turn on some of the TSA screening equipment, that which isn't damaged, is simply too much. They're running on emergency generators right now that the CEO says use about 5,000 gallons of fuel a day. He says that if the situation continues like this, it could become unsustainable, and that's the big fear. Not just that the damage that Maria caused has devastated the island structurally, but that over time there are fewer and fewer resources to go around. It is certainly a frustrating thing, not only because of a lack of physical resources, but also a lack of information. You'll have to remember there's not much internet access here following the storm, and cell service at best has been spotty. So what we've heard from a lot of people, especially with family that live in the center and southern part of the island, is that they don't know how their loved ones are doing. I heard from a doctor that works in the intensive care unit in a hospital in San Juan, who told me that she has no idea how her parents are. She fears for their health. They're elderly people with diabetes. She told me that she hiked for 7 hours on foot to get to their home, and when she was about to get to that town, she couldn't get there. The road was cut off by a giant sinkhole. So the resources are getting to Puerto Rico, but it's just logistically impossible to get to places that are either cut off because of destruction on the road or because of large boulders blocking roads. It is a nightmare here, and the fear is that unless resources get here immediately, they will continue to dwindle and the situation will continue to get worse, bro.